Hey, what's cracking everybody? Welcome back to Computer Games Hardware. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the video. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing really well. Today on the channel we are going into Uncharted Territory with some new game reviews. So I've been wanting to do this for a little while, but I thought I would hang out and make the occasion notable by starting off with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. What I want to achieve with this review specifically is answer the question: is the Super Mario Bros. 2D franchise now the premier franchise in the Super Mario ecosystem? The original Super Mario Bros. Is still one of the greatest games of all time. It is just got that sense of, picking up a controller and getting stuck straight into the game, and that is here with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. First thing straight off the bat, this game feels like a Super Mario Brothers game. So when you pick it up, the controls are super intuitive. Mario is nice and crisp and responsive as ever. And one of the really great things is that all the characters play the same way in this game. So Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad all play the same way in this game, which I felt it feels really good, and part of the reason is because Nintendo have put some things into this game that dynamically change it, so you don't necessarily need different characters for different features. It's supposed to be played with friends in co-op, so they've made some really interesting choices to make it fresh and dynamic. So one of the things they've done to change up the gameplay in Super Mario Bros. Wonder is they've put an interesting mix of power-ups and upgrades into the game. So you've got all the familiar things that you'd expect, like you've got stars, you've got Fire Mario, but you've also got some new upgrades. So we've got Elephant Mario, who can blow things away with his trunk, suck up water and shoot water away, which is dynamic. There's also a little bubble feature that you can get, and that sort of turns your enemies into coins and things, and you can bounce it around. So they've kept the things that work and they've introduced some things to make it really dynamic, which made me feel like, oh, this is new and fun. And it was really exciting to see my daughter, my 7-year-old Alyssa, start to understand the mechanics of the game and understand it. So Mario plays as you would expect, but there's a few new cool features, and one thing that I really like with the control scheme is that you can go in and you can change the buttons that Mario run and jump to. So if you prefer to hold the B button to dash it and then use your thumb to jump as well, you can do that, but you can also switch it. So I'm really glad Nintendo have thought about all that stuff. You can collect these new power-ups called Wonder Flowers and Wonder Seeds, and to make up for the lack of diversity in the characters, what they've done is they've made the environments dynamic. So you pick up these Wonder Seeds and they significantly change how the environments work. So for most Mario games, what just used to be the background has now become a gameplay element, and for me that really made it feel fresh. Really happy to see that, and I'm really happy to see that Nintendo have put in a feature where some of the characters are invincible to everything but fall damage. So if you've got younger kids, or you've got a mix of kids that you're playing with your age group, everyone can play and still feel as if they're contributing to the game. And they've also put up a system where you can revive your teammates, so you can easily keep the gameplay going if you've got an experienced player who's willing to jump around and essentially save everyone. So it makes it for some exciting and engaging gameplay. in my opinion, this is one of the best looking Mario games as well. They've put in a lot of work to, as we said, make the backgrounds really dynamic, but so it looks beautiful. It's got a really interesting visual style. There is a lot of things being communicated on the screen at any one time, and you get like little rewards for doing things. So when Mario hits the top of a flag, for instance, it might pop up with the word wonderful in the the star colors, that when you get the star power up, things like that tells you when you've done something good. They've made things nice and clear. Everything's really legible when things pop up, so even the kids can read it. It's not overwhelming as well. So they've made a really good use of color and the visual style to really make it snap, something that was probably really missing in 2D Super Mario Brothers. It really pops, and I really appreciate that. One thing that I'm not a big fan of is in the 2D Marios, and I was hoping it was going to be a little bit different for this game, but Mario, the character models still feel a bit small for me. I would have liked for the characters to look, so obviously Mario can go big and small with the mushrooms and things, and he's even bigger as Elephant Mario. I would have liked normal Mario to be the elephant size. It scales all right when you're playing handheld, but when you're playing on a 4K 65-inch screen, you either have to get really close, or when you're sitting back and the characters still feel a little bit small for my liking. So I was hoping that they would scale that a little bit more, and maybe that's something that they can look to in future refreshes or updates of the games. Most people are going to be playing these generations of games on big screen, high definition 4K TVs, and you want the character models to be right front and center. When you're playing on a 65-inch screen 4K TV, you're sort of going in like, oh, I wish Mario was a little bit bigger. So that's been a criticism for a little while now, and I'm hoping that they can scale that up, particularly when the Switch 2 arrives, or the next Nintendo console, when we're getting big 4K graphics. I would have liked to see Mario as big as he is in the 3D games, to be honest with you. I would prefer that than having the really small Mario at the bottom of the screen. Another thing that really makes Super Mario Brothers Wonder stand out is the characters, the animations. They feel alive, they feel like they're doing stuff. So both Alyssa and I was like, oh, look how he looks at Peach and stuff like that. He pulls things out of his pocket. He, puts things over his head. There's a feature where he can use his cap as a parachute device. So that looks all really cool, and it just speaks to how the environment and the graphic complement each other so well. It's bright and colorful, and even though the graphics are really dynamic, it's never too overwhelming. It's never distracting from where you are or what you're doing. So it's a perfect balance between the visual style, the graphics, and quite interestingly, for such a nice looking game, it runs pretty smoothly as well. I did notice a few little stutters here and there, but nothing to complain about on the Switch hardware. I think it's one of the smoothest running games on the Switch, so it's just a testament to how well and how much time and care they put into this game, because it just runs buttery smooth. I wasn't aware of the frame rate at the all the time, and I'm typically a person that does notice that kind of stuff, so that was really pleasing to see that they took the time and the care to make it run as smooth as a smooth Super Mario Brothers game is expected to. One thing that probably let me down a little bit is the sound design. I wish they worked a little bit longer on the sound design to make it really pop, to complement the visuals, which are actually stunning for even for a platform like the Nintendo Switch with its aging hardware. So unfortunately, that was a little bit of a low point for me, but again, doesn't distract from the overall experience, because you know, when you hit those common things, when you hit a brick, you know what it's going to sound like. When you hit a coin, you know what it's going to sound like. It's sort of the background music and stuff like that that's sort of a little bit underwhelming for me. Replayability, co-op, and multiplayer all work flawlessly in this game. Super Mario Brothers Wonder comes with a couple of cool features. So you can play online, and you can support people in their own game. So you can become online, and you can leave little information posts for other players to discover. You can revive players, I believe, in the online mode. Most of my playthrough, I was playing with my kids, so we played local. So I only had you know, about 20 minutes with the online features, but it seems fun. It doesn't distract too much. You can see how people are undertaking their runs. It's sort of like a you know, when you do speed runs in games where you know, you're racing against the clock and you can see your previous time. It sort of has that feature to it, almost like Death Stranding. You know, Super Mario Brothers Wonder can be considered a Strand-like. So you've heard it here first, folks. Super Mario Brothers Wonders has Strand-like features, and I'm here for it. It's a cool way to play. The best thing about it is you can just turn it off. If you want to have a classic Super Mario Brothers experience, you can turn all that junk off. You don't have to worry about anyone else online, what they're doing, but it's nice and fun, and the visual aesthetic really complements it. Another cool thing that really helps the replayability for mine is you don't have to run around the map anymore to replay games. You can pull up a menu and you can just cycle through the levels that you've completed and see what you've gotten and what you need to get. So if you're just wanting to pick it up for 5 minutes and do a run and get that Wonder Seed that you missed in, you know, level 3 or 4 or whatever, you can do that. So I really appreciate it. Nintendo's really thought about it. So having said that, I think with the Switch 2, Nintendo is at a crossroads. They really have to think about how people are going to purchase and repurchase this game, particularly when this is supposed to be a Switch successor, the next Nintendo console, and potentially share a shop front. So I'm hoping Nintendo go down the road, the route of the PlayStation and the Xbox Series, and offer upgrades rather than making its consumers buy this game over and over again, because people are going to want it on the next console. People are going to want to see upscaled Super Mario Brothers Wonder on the Switch 2, and paying another $80 for it is probably not on the card. So you'll probably be able to play the Switch version, but I think they should move to an upgrade path for 4K and things like that. So make sure Nintendo know about it, because traditionally they've just screwed consumers over by making you buy the same products over and over and over again. Do you know how many times I've purchased Super Mario Brothers? It's probably unfathomable. So I really hope that Nintendo start thinking about how they market these games and multiple versions of these games to their consumers going forward. So having said all that, the point there is that this game is super replayable. I'm going to be playing this game for ages with the kids. I know that it's one of the ones that's just going to pop up over and over and over again. I think that you, your kids, and all the family are going to really enjoy playing this game over and over again. Alright, so that's probably going to do it for this review, but what I want to leave you guys with is the question, is Super Mario Brothers now the premium Mario title, the flagship title for Super Mario Brothers? Because my final thoughts on the game is this is an excellent swan song for the Nintendo Switch. It's the future of Super Mario games. There's always going to be room for 3D Mario and those flagship titles. We know we usually get one on each console generation, so we're always going to be looking forward to 3D Mario, but I think Super Mario has just been made fresh again, exciting, dynamic. We're gonna want to see what the sequel is. I thought that with the Super Mario Brother Maker games 1 and 2 that that was probably the end of Super Mario Brothers. When you get to a point where you open the sandbox up to your player base to create all these wild and funky levels and things like that, I was like, well, they've done it. They've done 2D Mario, had a great run. It's, almost 40 years old, so what more can you expect from that type of platforming game? But Nintendo have done it. They've made it fresh again. It feels dynamic and cool, and the game that we want to be playing. I really loved it. I think that you, your kids, and anyone who's visiting is going to want to jump on the old Switch and get stuck into Super Mario Brothers Wonder. There's plenty to do. It's replayable. It's new and dynamic. Familiar characters in really brand new worlds. And, funnily enough, this old gamer felt like there was even some world building in the Super Mario Brothers story. So we all know the basic premise of any Mario game, which is Bowser comes in, kidnaps Peach, and Mario's off to defend her. But with the this game being in the Flower Kingdom, which is not far off from the Mushroom Kingdom, it gave me a sense of, hey, Super Mario's getting a little bit interesting again. So it's been a massive year for Nintendo with the movie. Super Mario Brothers Wonder is the perfect way to cap off the end of the year with so many games, and a huge year for Nintendo and Super Mario Brothers. Another little note is that the voice acting is impeccable. Charles Martinet, you might know, has retired from the Super Mario voice. He voiced Mario and Luigi ever since they were voiced characters, and we salute Charles Martinet here at Computer Games Hardware. But the voice acting is fantastic, so I picked it up and it was seamless. I didn't even think about it. It was only when I came to sit down here to do this review that I even realized that, this is the first game without Charles Martinet as voicing Mario and Luigi. So that's a big positive for me as well. I really love this game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I really loved it. I think you'll love it too. Let me know in the comments down below if you're planning on getting Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Let me know what you think. If you like this review, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. This is a new one for me, so please, if you have any feedback, please let me know. I'll keep making these if you keep watching them. I've had a really good time talking about Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and it gets a recommendation from me. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for sticking around for this review of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.